But alright, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy Snake Eyez. Welcome back to the Snake Eyez Needs a Dollar channel. Before we get started, need y'all to like, comment, subscribe before I kick y'all asses. No, I'm just playing. You already know I'll do already. Follow me on both my social medias. My Twitter's gonna be SnakeEyez_dollar. The dollar as in Dame Dollar. And then also follow me on my Instagram, all lowercase SnakeEyez_W dollar. Okay? So I told y'all last week that this is going to be my last video that I'm going to be doing. This is going to be the last video for a hot minute just because I'm trying to perform more music and do some other shit content related. So I want to take a break. So this is the last video that I'm doing about the Eagles. And there won't be another video coming out until after we face the Cowboys. Which either, if it's not Christmas Eve, I'm going to try to make it maybe a day or two after, or at least sometime within next week before, obviously, the next game after that. Okay? So, we're 10-1. We had the all-black jerseys with the helmets. It really wasn't all-black jerseys, because I'm going to be honest with you. In my opinion, I don't know if they're going to do this next year, but this is what they need to do. They're going to do the all-black uniforms with the black helmets. You got to get rid of the green shit. Like, I would just have a whole jersey just black, straight up black and white. Alright, and then I think they're going to have the Kelly Green jersey next year, but that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about the Green Bay ass whooping. I wouldn't say it's an ass whooping, but I will say that we've definitely asserted ourselves as being the better team this season. But even though we won, and I'm going to be honest with you, despite the amount of points that we end up scoring, despite the fact that we had, I think, 363 yards worth of total, not total offense. It was over 500 for total offense, but I believe it was 363 rushing yards as a team. Sorry if y'all saw the spiff line. That is insane. However, I am going to commend us on our running, which I'll talk a little bit more as we starting to get into this video. There's a lot of things that are kind of overlooked, and I'm going to be critical of some players who, I've said before, okay, let's give them the benefit of the doubt. And some of y'all that are going to watch this video, hopefully it's going to be a lot of you this time, you're not going to like it. But it's the truth, it's what I saw. When I watched the game on Sunday night, it was a lot of thoughts running through my head. It was like, okay, well, I see some good stuff going on, but I see some shit that just don't really make sense. So I had to watch Joey Shake's opinion and Philly 500's opinion to see what they thought about the game. Because I try to typically avoid doing that before I record videos. I don't want to copy anything that they had said in their podcast. Or let's just say hypothetically it happened to be coincidentally that I said something about the game that happened to coincide with what they said in their video. Then that makes sense. So 40-33 was the score in our victory. Let's start with the offense. Let's start with the first drive. Way too pass happy the first drive. I mean, I think the first 3 plays we ran, there was no running involved. And this almost scared the shit out of me because I'm like, now's a good time as ever to actually run the ball with Miles Sanders. And to think about this, if I'm not mistaken, the Packers came into this game like, I think like ranked either 25th or 27th in the league against the run. So I'm thinking number one, regardless of whatever ranking any defense is, we should definitely, when we got Jalen Hurts who can run the ball, even though he shouldn't be doing it that often, but he is a weapon running the ball. And believe me, we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts a little bit later. Miles Sanders, like I said before, a top 10 talent in the league. I don't have to keep repeating the same shit over and over again. Y'all get the idea already. Gainwell can run too. Boston Scott can run. So, we have some options at the running back position without question. We got some guys who can run the football. And then, Trey Sermon, we don't use him, but the couple carries we did see him, I think it was in the Jaguars game, if I'm not mistaken. I like what I see. We need to involve him more in the future and not just wait to the playoffs, because what if you have a situation like Quez Watkins where he ends up fumbling the football because of the lack of reps? We don't want that to take place. So, thinking maybe the Tennessee game was a nice game to insert him in, but we're going to see what happens as time progresses forward. Okay, one thing I want to commend the offense was outside of that first drive. The first drive was fucking killing me because I couldn't understand why the fuck was we not running the ball. So I thought this game was going to be a disaster. Little did I know, Jalen Hurts did okay, you know what? This is what I'm going to start off. talking about as far as the offense is concerned. Before I start talking about the running, because we did run the ball a lot. Finally, we ran the ball a lot. But I want to talk about Jalen Hurts. A lot of people are giving Jalen Hurts praise. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me about what I'm going to say. A lot of people are going to tell me that I'm tripping, this, that, and the third. Right? Just like I told y'all, you know what's funny? It's like when he does really well, he does everything he's supposed to do as far as, it's like y'all find reasons to criticize him. But this game where I kind of saw some stuff that I didn't like from him, now everybody's going to say, oh my God, he's perfect, he's MVP. But I'm like, where was the other fucking games that he actually was, had everything together? But now y'all criticize, it didn't make any fucking sense to me. Especially y'all were just attributing shit to him that was beyond his control. But that's neither here nor there. I want to talk about Jalen Hurts' performance, okay? Running the football, I think he ended up with like 154 rushing yards. He set like an Eagles quarterback record. I think he's the only quarterback in the history of this game with 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. With a victory. I think the other person that did it was Justin Fields, but he ended up losing that game. I think it was against Miami. Don't quote me on that. Either Miami or Detroit, but I'm going to say Miami. All right. Speaking of which, Miami got put an ass whooping on the Texans. So Jalen Hurts did a terrific job finding the holes, seeing that no guys were open, and he did a really, really good job of actually seeing the open field and taking advantage of it. He did a really good job. Okay. Running the football, when the guy gets 154 fucking rushing yards, there's nothing you can say. Absolutely nothing. It might be 157. Either way, it was over 150. I'm going to put it that way. But when a quarterback gets 150 fucking rushing yards, there's nothing to talk about. Like, running the football, he did his fucking thing. They couldn't stop him out there. And I like that he was being safe. Some Eagles fans, I think Joey even said that he was concerned about some of the hits he was taking. I think a lot of the hits that he was taking was on a quarterback sneaks. It wasn't necessarily him, it was a design pass play and him taking off and running. I think he did a really good job of being safe by stepping out of bounds. So I don't have an issue with him running. Overall, I think there was maybe a moment or two in the third and fourth quarter with Jalen Hurts like he was wincing in pain. I'm like, oh shit, he's going to be injured again. But again, like I said before, that was off of the QB sneaks. That wasn't necessarily off of, okay, they're going to run a design pass play and then he's going to decide to take off and go run with it. Okay, it wasn't like that. So, passing the ball, the 2 touchdowns he did throw, those are good touchdowns. But I wasn't impressed the way he was throwing the ball yesterday. It's just like, it wasn't as crisp, a little bit of underthrows to a certain extent. But outside of that, the biggest thing that kind of irked me a little bit was his pocket presence in the blitz and him kind of overcomplicating the offense. Because Joey Shake said this, and I absolutely agree. This is the reason why that I had to watch Philly 500 and I had to watch Joey Shakes, because there was some shit that was going on in my head that I had to see, okay, am I crazy? Am I the only one seeing this shit, or does other people see this shit too? We could have had 14 points, 2 extra touchdowns on the board. Outside of the AJ, we're going to talk about AJ Brown. Okay, we're going to talk about him. All right, I'm not going to get on him too hard, but like I said, we're going to get around to AJ Brown. All right, he's doing some Decepticon shit right now, but that aside. So I had to think, I'm like, yo, I knew we could have had like 2 touchdowns extra on the board, considering the way our offense, we was in great positions to score, and we had a lot of opportunities that was missed on the offensive end. And I know everybody is getting caught up in, oh my God, we finally ran the ball a lot, this, that, and the third. We had 363 rushing yards. Miles Sanders had a crazy fucking game, which we'll get to him in a little bit. Jalen Hurts would have had a crazy fucking game running the football. Gainwell did a little bit. Boston Scott did a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's going crazy because we finally ran the fucking ball and we were successful in doing that. But we cannot overlook. And then obviously Jalen Hurts did throw 2 touchdowns, okay, and he didn't throw an interception, so that was good. But he did throw 2. He almost threw an interception. I think it was the second or third quarter, but I don't remember who almost picked it off. So he was trying to bail out too soon, right? When the blitz comes, I understand, like, yo, some of them players might be taller than you. They're coming fast as fuck. I mean, we live in an era where linebackers run like fucking wide receivers. So, like, they're big as shit, but they run like wide receivers. So, I understand that it's not the easiest thing to do in the world, okay? It's not the easiest thing to do to pass them on the blitz. And I also want to give credit because at the end of the day, everything I'm about to say right now is going to contradict what I said in the last video. I was like, okay, Jalen Hurts is a human. Let this man be human. Let him make the mistakes. Let him fuck up, right? It's going to contradict it, but at the end of the day, I firmly believe on this channel when I'm talking about the Eagles to hold everybody accountable for when they're not doing what they're supposed to do, okay? And Jalen Hurts or any other player that I see is no exception. And I love what Jalen Hurts has done this season. Like, don't get me wrong, he's an MVP candidate. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't an issue last night, but there were some things that kind of raised eyebrows in not a great way. Okay? And a little bit of the bad habits that he did last year, I seen it last night. And most people want to overlook it because of the rushing shit, the passing shit we have to address. He ignored too many checkdowns. I think he was looking for Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown so much when you got Miles Sanders wide open. You would have Gainwell wide open. You would have Boston Scott wide open. But he would often ignore that because he keeps focusing on, okay, is A.J. Brown going to be open? Is the primary receivers are going to be open for me to throw the ball to? Or he's just overthinking it instead of keeping the game simple. When you make your reads, right, especially when a team like the Packers, like the Packers were last night, they were blitzing heavy, especially in that second half. When a team is blitzing heavy like that, you don't have time to wait, okay, I need to go see where A with the 9 times out of 10, when a team is blitzing, they'll be playing man-to-man. So that means most likely, and they might have safety help. Most likely, the primary receivers are not going to be open right away. So you need to look at your third option. You need to look at your fourth option. You need to look at your tight end, which I don't know how much Jack Stahl can do because he's not that fast. Jack Stahl did a pretty good job blocking. He was very quiet receiving. I don't think he even caught a pass, but whatever. That's not really the issue. Commentary caught a pass, but it was a really, really, really fucking bad call. Like, I don't know why the fuck Steichen called. It might have been off a third down. It's second or third down. He called a screen pass and it went to Calcaterra, and it was a really bad fucking call. Like, it didn't make sense to me whatsoever. There was a couple bad calls. We're going to talk about Steichen's play calling later on, okay? It was a red zone trip where Calcaterra was wide the fuck open for a touchdown. And Jalen Hurts, for the most part this season, has been doing a really good job of seeing shit like that and actually capitalizing off of it. But he was so in a fucking run frenzy. He's like, oh my god, blitz coming, I'm going to run, I'm going to bail. Sometimes, again, it's not easy. Sometimes you just got to get that motherfucker out of there. And yeah, at times it probably would have required him to take a big hit. He was too impatient yesterday. We missed first down opportunities, easy first down opportunities, because Jalen Hurts would overlook these checkdowns. And then also by you running all the way back fucking 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, rotating all the way around, you're taking yourself out of the play. And then not to mention, there's going to be guys that's open. So really, let's think about it like this. How the fuck are you really going to make a good throw? Or how are you going to reach the guys? Or even better yet, see the guys open if you're kind of trapping yourself by running all the way to the sideline with all these guys rushing at you. You're not going to be able to see shit. Pocket presence, in my opinion, wasn't as strong as what he's been doing this season for the most part. Again, was he perfect before? No. But I think this game was a little bit alarming for me as far as like some of the bad habits he do last year. I seen that put back in again this year. Not this year. This year he's been great. We're talking about like this particular game as a passer. Jalen Hurts probably had his worst game yesterday. And that's just my opinion. And y'all probably, people that's gonna watch it will probably just say, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but just watch the game. Watch the game and stop thinking about, oh my god, we finally ran the fucking ball we were supposed to. Oh my god, he got 150 yards rushing. Ignore that for a second and actually pay attention to what was going on. If y'all got the games recorded on DVRs, rewatch the game and then come back to this video and y'all know what I'm talking about, alright? I know Miles Sanders had to be happy. I know he had to be talking to his friends or whatever, like, oh man, about fucking time, man. They probably was like, yo, I forgot. I don't think they forgot I was on the goddamn team. I know Miles Sanders, out of everybody in that locker room, had to be one of the happiest motherfuckers. I swear, he had to be one of the happiest motherfuckers on the Eagles because he finally got his opportunity, right? He was involved a little bit in the passing game, caught a couple passes, and 21 carries for 140 something yards, and I think he had 2 touchdowns. He was a monster. He was a monster. A couple times, especially in that first half, he was killing me because instead of him trying to run north and south, he was doing too much dancing, right? And I can understand if, okay, we could take a loss and get tackled in the backfield. That's fine. Like, it's going to happen. But you kind of made the situation worse when you're kind of just trying to zigzag and trying to juke move your way past the defenders. I could say this shit 10,000 fucking times. I probably want to say it again on the next video about after the Cowboys. Miles Sanders is a top 10 NFL running back. All you gotta do is just give him the fucking football. The 21 carries was perfect. Perfect for him. And then I think Philly 500 and Joe Schick said it. It's like, yo, every game, I don't give a fuck how he's playing. Every game, no matter what, if he's healthy and he's on the field, Miles Sanders should be getting between 17 and 21 carries. I absolutely 100% agree with that. So that was something I kind of had in my head, but I wanted somebody else to say it. But then when I said, I'm like, like, yep, that sounds about right to me. A.J. Brown, I'm going to not get on him as hard, even though it's hard because I'm like, yo, Washington, you didn't really play well. Okay, the next game after that, what the fuck was that? The Colts game, you fumbled the football, and then this game, you fumbled the football again, trying to stiff arm, and then not realizing, like, even when Quez Watkins got the fucking ball. Like, I think against the Colts, he understood, like, oh shit, I fumbled the last time. Let me make sure I don't do it again. A.J. Brown pretty much was doing the exact same shit. Matter of fact, fuck that. He did the exact same shit that he did against the Colts, how he fumbled. He stiff-armed and left the ball wide open. And at the end of the day, I'm going to excuse him, even though I don't want to, because I want to hold him accountable for keep fucking up. Because, like, again, this is the third game. Third game in a row. This is the third game in a row where you're not playing where you need to be. Okay? But he had food poisoning. And I think he said he was in bed all Thanksgiving. You know, he had to take IVs before the game. I think, because I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I saw his eyes bloodshot red. I was like, it's like somebody like stuck him in the eye, but like that, I guess what's happening when you vomit. So he was sick, so I'm going to excuse him. But A.J. Brown in general, I'm going to excuse you for this game because you're a human being, you're sick, and at the end of the day, I can't fucking blame you for being sick, right? I can't sit up there and be like, oh, you need to do this. Like, you're a human being. If you're sick, hope you feel better, all right? But A.J. Brown, you are starting to concern me. So Devontae Smith had some catches here and there. Arguably, he probably should have had the ball more, but I don't think that was the case. I disagree. Like, I don't think this was one of those games where, like, feeding Devontae Smith the ball a lot would have made much sense. I feel like that the plan of attack what we eventually ended up with doing, which I'll talk about after I cover the receivers, what we eventually ended up doing was the best plan of action. Yeah, so I want to move on to Quez Watkins. So Nick Sirianni had some meetings with the players, I heard. And Nick Sirianni told Quez Watkins that his involvement, I'm going to paraphrase, but this pissed me the fuck off. He basically told Quez Watkins that, like, the offense ain't really about you. It's gonna be ran through A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Man, what?
Obviously, those are your primary receivers. Obviously, you gotta make sure out of everybody on the team, they both get their burn. Pause. Understandable. But do you understand how fucking good Quez Watkins is and everything he did for us last year? You know how many fucking third down conversions he bailed us out of? Come on. Nick, you gotta do even better than that. Right? So a couple passes went his way. Quez Watkins got a touchdown. I liked the way he was playing. I thought it was pretty funny, him kind of like going back and forth with Jalen Hurts one play. I forgot it. It was either Jalen Hurts was telling Quez Watkins something, or Quez Watkins didn't like something that Jalen Hurts did. But I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, man, Quez Watkins too fucking talented. You can't just tell us, man, like, yo, fuck what you did last year. Fuck your talent. Fuck the fact that you're pretty much like the top 5 fastest players in the league, and your hands is fucking crazy. We're just going to ignore you. No, you can't do that. You can't just lose this man in fucking free agency or via trade. Like, you can't do that. Like, we got to feed the man the ball. The good thing is, everything that Nick said didn't necessarily come to fruition because when Quez Watkins got his opportunities, he capitalized off them. So we're going to move on with that. Tight ends, like I said before, is pretty quiet. Very, very happy that the running was a big part of the offense. That should have been something that should have been instilled in the first drive. But I like what I saw. Based on how the first drive was, I don't think that was a plan to action. I think that was an adjustment that was made. I think probably maybe 2 or 3 offensive series in, and they decided, okay, we're going to commit to running the football. Everybody's getting on Scott about the kick returns. Thank God Kobe's not on that shit. I don't talk about Kobe. Kobe's just a fucking traffic guy. I told y'all niggas this already. I'm not saying this shit again. Kobe's fucking trash. And it's funny as fuck how somebody said the same shit with the motherfucking. Somebody said it on the Philly Shakedown podcast that Kobe is trash and we got rid of. True. However, we have a solution for that. Solution is get him the fuck off kick returns, leave Scott in there. Everyone's complaining about Scott. I don't expect Scott to really do something crazy. Right? He was getting to a little bit over the 25, around the 27, 29-ish on most of his returns. A couple times I think he got barely past the 20, but I like the way Boston Scott kick returns. I do. I don't dislike it at all. I think everybody's looking for the big boom, the big Cordell Patterson, the big Devin Hester. No, or not. I'm not looking for that at all. Like, I like he runs with confidence. And eventually when the hole's going to come, Boston Scott's going to do his thing. But he runs with confidence. Something that Britton Covey does not fucking do. I mean, special team defense was fucking horrendous. I mean, I think a lot of the times the defense was put in bad positions. And a lot of times the defense was allowing. Part of the reason why we allowed the 30 fucking points was because the defense had to cover basically midfield and up. And also I want to address this stupid ass. Oh my god, it was so fucking dumb. Like some of y'all, Eagles fans as a whole, I love y'all. Like we're all together. So this stupid ass nigga said that the fucking Cardinals with Kyler Murray, they rely on him more than what the Eagles rely on, or how the Eagles rely on fucking Jalen Hurts. Are you fucking dumb? Like, shut the fuck up. This is the stupid. And shout out to fucking Philly 500 and Joe Shit's having composure. What the fuck was that? What kind of stupid ass comment? Now, granted, okay, let's just say I'm going to objectively look at it and say, okay, this wasn't a stupid fucking comment. Let me actually try to figure out what he means by this, right? James Conner is nowhere near on the fucking level of goddamn Miles Sanders, okay? None of the running backs are better than Gainwell or Boston Scott, like whatsoever. Boston Scott and Gainwell combined are better than like the rest of the running backs they got under Conner, and probably better than Conner if you ask me. And Conner had a good game, but this nigga run like he's over it, like he's in his 30s. Like this nigga runs like he Adrian Peterson's age. I'm keep it under. I'm sorry. First rookie year, Pittsburgh, oh shit, he the man, you know what I'm saying? I think he took over for Le'Veon Bell because Le'Veon Bell was holding out for the contract. He did really well. After that, it's been a straight fucking nose-hill dive. Every now and then contributing, but he runs like a power back past his prime. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. Okay? So as far as, them not having really a running back that they can rely on, he has a point. So Murray is pretty much the offense. I understand that. But to sit up there and say that they don't fucking rely on Jalen Hurts, like, it's just a stupid ass fucking statement to make. Why the fuck would we get all these receivers? Who's gonna throw in the fucking ball? C-Post? Jake Elliott? Like what the fuck? I don't even want to spend my time. Matter of fact, that's a very fucking bad statement to make because literally Jalen Hurts had the clutch possession to win us the fucking game. Are you dumb? Like, bro, the last fucking drive, if Hurts didn't score, we would have fucking lost. What the fuck are you talking about? Like this, some of y'all, whatever fucking drugs some of y'all niggas is on, y'all need to just cut that shit. I know the withdrawal is gonna be bad, but goddamn, like. So now I'm gonna move on to the defense. Don't quote me on this. Week 5, I think the Packers face the Giants. So all of a sudden, out the fucking blue, I think a day or two before the game comes, and I'm not saying this wasn't the case, because he definitely appeared to have injured his thumb, and then we're gonna talk about the oblique injury later on. So he definitely injured his thumb, and he says he's been playing injured for pretty much since that game. How fucking convenient. And again, I'm not saying he's not hurt, but let's just keep it 100. How fucking convenient do you decide to talk about that when you face us, the best team in the fucking NFL, so you can have an excuse? Rogers, you decided to mention this out of all the fucking time that's been. I don't remember. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I said week 5 when he faced the Giants, but I don't even remember. I honestly couldn't even tell you what fucking week it actually was. Okay, I just find it very convenient that Aaron Rodgers decided out the blue, I just injured my thumb and I just been playing hurt. So if I play like shit, the loss isn't on me. I just it's not my fault. If I play like the way I played in Detroit, I'm just hurt. I'm trying to tough it out. If he's hurt, fine. But speaking on Aaron Rodgers, I don't think Aaron Rodgers did anything that spectacular. He threw 2 interceptions. One was a tip from Darius Slay, ended up in Josiah Scott's hands. Josiah Scott, I tried to defend him. He has made some plays. He's not complete garbage like Kavon Wallace. Even though Kavon Wallace has made some plays, he made a play, I think, in this game, which I don't remember seeing. I just heard Joey Shakes talking about it. I don't remember seeing him make a play. I do remember this tackle that nobody fucking said. Nobody said that. Everybody said the tip, but like nobody. This man made a fucking 2000 Brian Dawkins-esque tackle, and nobody said shit. So that was weird to me. But whatever. But Kavon Wallace, overall, outside those moments, he hasn't played very well. We're talking about the Aaron Rodgers interceptions. So yeah, he threw one of just tip pass from Darius Slay, ended up in Josiah Scott's hands. He threw a second interception to the guy that I'm going to mention later on. Alright? So, I'm going to be honest with you. Rodgers didn't do shit that was spectacular. He was hurt a lot through the majority of the game. Damn near didn't play the fourth quarter at all. Because he had an oblique injury in the third. And so all of a sudden he was out. Jonathan Gannon does not know what the fuck he's doing. I'm just going to keep it 100, right? Why the fuck do we need so many damn consultants? And consider the fact that he was with Minnesota at one point in time and he had success. So you know what a successful... You're a grown-ass man who's not... This is not your first defensive coordinator job. He was on it with Minnesota. We hired you because of that track record. I can't talk. That track record, okay? So because we hired you for that track record, I'm assuming you should know how to fucking play defense. This nigga hired a fucking... They call Marcus Brady, which... I mean, we might just call ourselves the fucking, like... Philadelphia Collegals. Because honestly, like... Serious. Matter of fact, I need y'all to do me a favor, okay? I need y'all to bring Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner on the team. And I wouldn't mind Stephon Gilmore, you feel me? Like... Bring them on the team. Shit. Why not bring the whole... Paris Campbell, fucking Michael Pittman... Now, Matt Ryan and Stan Mellinger, they can stay. We don't fucking want them. Shit, bring Jeff Saturday. Not Jeff Saturday, I'm tweaking. My fault. Bring goddamn Steve Nelson along. Shit, I wouldn't mind. Like, fucking bring Jonathan Taylor along. But I don't want to mix Miles Sanders. Jonathan Taylor can stay. Reason being, I don't want Miles Sanders to have to keep looking over his shoulder. It's going to be hard trying to feed 2 good running backs. So they hired Marcus Brady to do absolutely fucking nothing. And then literally try to consult on a position he doesn't actually fucking coach. He's an offensive coordinator. They brought him in to consult a defensive coordinator. What the fuck?
You serious right now? You gotta be better.
And this is the part that really confused the shit out of me. This is why I had to watch Philly 500 and Joey Shakes on their take on what happened in the game. Because I had to figure out what the fuck is going on with Gannon.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Because it's like, he knows he has to blitz, but he doesn't really fucking want to. It's kind of like, I'm going to make this analogy. It's kind of like an artist, right, who they're known for a particular style. And their style is selling records. But like, yo, stick to this style. It's selling records. And the artist is like, I don't give a fuck if it's selling records. Can't talk. Selling records. I want to make whatever fucking music I want to make, and that's that. I don't give a fuck if my fans like it, and that's what's selling the most. I'm going to do what I want to do. And everybody that manages A&R, whoever the fuck is in the artist team, sound like, yo, and label maybe like, and then label if they're signing. Yo, this music you making right here, the fans fuck with it and it's selling. Go stick with that. And if the artist like, I do what the fuck I want to do that. I don't care. And then they put out the music that they want to put out, but it's not what's selling. And then they fucking, they be like, oh well, I don't know why I'm not getting results. Well, why the fuck are you not? We just told you what worked. Aaron Rodgers had so much fucking time in the pocket last night, and I don't know what the fuck was happening with Jordan Love. He get that nigga too much fucking time. Everybody and their mama know that every defensive coordinator in the NFL should know this. Every time you got a new booty playing quarterback, you gotta make him feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make him do what the fuck Sam Darnold said. Sam Darnold said he thought he was seeing ghosts. That motherfucker hallucinated. That's what you gotta do to Jordan Love. You know what I'm saying? Jordan Love, I wasn't impressed when he started a game last year. He looked pretty good. I wish it wasn't against us, but I'm going to keep it unbiased here. Sorry for the spit. He looked pretty good. Okay, so shout out. I don't want to say that shit, man. Great job for being a quarterback. There you go. Okay, so anyway, back to what I was saying. He had too much fucking time in the pocket, right? And one blitz that I really, really like that's done, and it's because T.J. Edwards, and somebody in the fucking nerd to talk shit about T.J. Edwards. T.J. Edwards, my honest opinion, he played good last night. He made some plays and some stops. His presence was felt on that football field. So whether anybody like it or not, I like the way T.J. Edwards played in general. I think he can continue to work on coverage, and then maybe the run defense probably step it up a little bit. I think the biggest thing is he needs to work on his coverage ability. But T.J. Edwards plays aggressive. And when he hits with bad intentions. I like the way T.J. Edwards played last night. Somebody made fun of T.J. Edwards. Like, are you fucking clown? This nigga lead the team in tackles. He leads the team in tackles. What the fuck are you talking about? Like you're making fun of a guy who leads our team in tackles. Do you make any fucking sense whatsoever? Like, come on, man. Like stop this shit. This is the blitz I love the most. I almost lost my train of thought, but I remembered it just now. I love when they have T.J. Edwards blitzing up the middle. I love it. I don't think they should do it all the time because the offense are going to get used to it. But I think they need to run it maybe, I think, like 4 or 5 times a game. Because when he shoots through that middle, shit. And there's times like when we did blitz, which I don't think we did enough of it overall. I think sometimes we did it, but I think, you know, and then sometimes we had guys like, he was doing the same stupid ass, like, multiple linemen. It was very fucking, like multiple fronts. I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know what the hell the scheme is, but it's fucking stupid. It's like, I don't want to blitz. I don't like to blitz, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put an extra guy on a line. So that way it makes it look like I'm blitzing even though I'm not. But it's a very, I fucking hate it. It's a retarded ass, probably shouldn't say that. It's a stupid ass formation as far as how it looks on the film. It's very fucking dumb. Okay, Josh Sweat played good. I think he had a sack. Brandon Graham, I think he had a sack. I gotta tell you something. By the way, Linval Joseph was active against the run. I gotta tell you something about Dominique Sue, man. And it's something that nobody mentions, but I'm going to mention it. Dominique Sue, that man is talented, and because of the dirty shit he did in Detroit, he's probably not going to be a Hall of Famer, but the man's longevity is crazy. The man damn near almost never gets injured, and he's been productive for damn near his entire career. The defensive line as a whole doesn't really get to the quarterback. When Sue is on that line and they're passing, he's damn near inches with fucking Aaron Rodgers. Right? It was kind of funny as shit how, like, Sue almost had a sack. He went and go fucking, like, because he did some really dirty shit in the past where, like, he would go backwards and he would step on fucking Rodgers' hand and shit. And I think he even said before the game that, you know, he definitely wanted to stop. Like, it was more personal. Because obviously with the rivalry and shit, and then this history between Dominique Sue and Aaron Rodgers. But Sue pretty much held him up so he wouldn't get called for a pass. So, like, that was cool to see. I really like how the Dominique Sue now has matured. And he seemed like a really good dude. Obviously, I didn't really like what he was doing in the past, but he seemed like a really cool dude. And also, he's a damn good fucking player. And I think with everything that he's accomplished and how he damn near pretty much never gets injured, I think he should be without question a Hall of Famer. He's definitely without question one of the greatest defensive tackles to ever play this game. And last night he definitely showed some flashes of it. Hargreaves annoys the fuck out of me because every time he's on the field and passing, you either gonna get the sack by fucking mere luck of the quarterback holding the ball too long, or he's gonna over pursue fucking Rodgers. Like there's a couple times like Aaron Rodgers shouldn't have had a fucking deep pass because all fucking Hargreaves had to do is sometimes Graham did this a couple times too. But all Hargreaves had to do was just fucking make the tackle. He's big as fuck. There's no way in the hell Aaron Rodgers can tackle you. You're big as fuck. When you on him, fucking bring his ass down. So that was annoying. I really, really love the way Cox played. Cox. Fletcher Cox played amazing. He showed flashes of his former self. He was very active against the run. Made some stops. I think he had a sack. Don't quote me on that. Okay, I mentioned TJ Eyez already. Kaiser White made a play here and there, but overall he was quiet. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Ugh. I'm not going to lie to you, man. It's going to hurt like hell that he's going to have to miss at least like 2 weeks. I don't know the exact timetable because that's going to be out tomorrow. I'll probably comment it when I release this video. I'm not going to like put any additional footage, but I'll make a comment about how I feel about his timetable of his injury and his return, and then we're going to be moving forward. But it really sucked ass. But despite the fact that it sucked ass losing Gardner-Johnson, another guy stepped into the spotlight. And I was assuming they was going to put in Kavon Wallace. I'm like, oh my God, Kavon Wallace. They put in Reed Blankenship, and my eyes just went, I went for like, oh fuck, man, Kavon Wallace at the end. The Blankenship was like, okay, let's see what he got. And man, I'm going to tell you something right now. People saying that Marcus Epps could walk next year. I don't fucking mind Gardner-Johnson and Blankenship playing side by side. Blankenship was a fucking savage yesterday. Came in the game, fucking jumped in front of the receiver to get an interception. I love it. Like, hell yeah. Then the man was aggressive making tackles. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, play like a full-time starter. I'm like, damn. Like, bro was all over the place, involved in every play, and this crazy this dude was a fucking undrafted. This man was on a practice squad. Was he on a practice squad? I think he was either on a practice squad or he was like really low on the depth chart. But man, thank God they gave this man a chance because this man hooped. Like I swear on everything he hooped. Like bro, he played damn good. And again, this Gardner-Johnson shit's gonna hurt, man. But shit, we found out that Blankenship can play. And I don't mean just like for a depth piece. No, he can fucking play. One thing I'm shocked about Green Bay, this is very, very, very fucking stupid of them to do it. Very stupid of them to not do this, okay? They didn't come in with the game plan. You know, you got the Jordan rules or whatever. And all those other rules that's not coming to me, right? So, the blueprint was laid out for y'all, okay? It's laid out for y'all. The blueprint is run the fucking football hella times, waste a bunch of time off the clock, and keep the offense off the field. Green Bay and Latin LaFleur was like, man, fuck that. We got Aaron Rodgers. We're going to do what the fuck we want to do. And it worked to their detriment. Right? Because Aaron Rodgers definitely wasn't 100%. And you do what it takes to win. Right? You think that fucking Bill Belichick gave a fuck about Brady's feelings? That nigga was like, yo, it's windy, it's bad fucking weather. I want to run this goddamn ball like 40 times. And we're going to run this motherfucking ball like 40 times. Bill Belichick didn't give a fuck. He was like, yo, whether anybody like it or not, we're going to win this motherfucking game. And we're going to win it my way. That's all I got for y'all. Brother got big dreams, don't have a big bank account. Make sure y'all donate to the channel. Hit that GoFundMe link down in the description. Stream all the XXL if you haven't. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We about to end of December. November flew the fuck out of here. Summer Walker was snubbed from a Grammy, and so was Jid, but hey, it is what it is. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.